Absolutely awful day for Bionano. It was only 5% down, but it felt like 15%. And given that the faith of the Bionano community is so spontaneous almost, people love it when it's green, people hate it when it's red, even disproportionately more than other stocks, at least in my experience. It's never a good day when we're down 5%. But nonetheless, it's not as bad as you think. I'm going to give you a couple reasons, along with some bearish stuff. 170K shares sold at the close, which is basically, it's not as bearish as it gets. We had 3.5 million shares added at the 27th close. Also, the other 2 days of closes were fine. Okay, they were added. They were 50,000 shares, 100,000 shares added at the close. So it's not the end of the world by any means, but there are some bearish indicators that we need to go over, along with some crucial short interest data with the short share availability. Very telling story with what is going on there. So starting off with the charts. We closed below the 21 EMA on the weekly chart. That's the #1 level that we needed to hold today, and we did not. We did not hold it at all. We closed the day at 630. This is at 637. So we got rejected. We got another false breakout above this freaking level, and that sucks, but it's definitely not the end of the world for a couple reasons. I want to go over a few indicators with you. Right now, the Supertrend still bullish. We got the flip yesterday, insanely bullish, right? It's as simple as you get. It's bullish. There's nothing else that you can say. There's no mistaking that. Next up, I want to look at the stochastic indicator here. On the daily, we just got the bearish cross, right? So that's not what we want to see. Well, if you have more of a macroscopic time frame, though, look at the weekly, and you just got the bullish flip. You just got the buy signal. And it's the first time that the K line is above the D line, right? Look right here, is above it's the first time in a very long time, basically since the downtrend started. And this indicator is if you look right here, this indicator does a very good job at predicting the top. That was your sell signal right there. When your sell signal was on February 19th right there at the top that week. That was your sell signal. Now your buy signal. I mean, look at that. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. That's as simple as it gets. Look at this. Okay, the gap is widening between the blue and the orange line. Ape language, we're getting in more bullish territory every single weekly close, according to the stochastic indicator. I also want to look at the 4-hourly moving averages along with the exponential moving averages, right? So if we look at this, we got several golden crosses here. The 200-day EMA crossed below the 15-day moving average. The orange one yesterday. That's a golden cross. That's the most important one. The second most important one, however, the 55 is yet to happen. We need the 55 to cross above the 200-day EMA, right? So this one, basically what we need is this one to cross above that one. That's essentially what we need, right? So we need something like this, something like that, and then get the red one, something like this, right? I don't know, something like that. Yeah, and then right there, that is your golden cross, bullish representative of bullish momentum indicator and sign right there. Also, we need to talk about this descending level of resistance that I just found out about yesterday, actually. This thing is a little bit scary, but here's the thing. There's an obvious flaw with this descending level, right? Look right here. Okay, what is this? Okay, why is this line just being ignored, right? It doesn't make sense. But in the recent past, right, 2 perfect validations, and now we're getting rejected right now. So I would love tomorrow if we could close the day above 660. That would be amazing, okay? It would be a start if we could close the day and attempt again to close the day above the 21-week EMA or 21 EMA on the weekly time frame, right? We need to close above that. Also, I just want to bring it to your attention that we're going to get the 55-day cross with the 200-day EMA as well pretty soon. That's going to be the second most golden cross as well on the weekly time frame. So those are some of the indicators. We can look at more of them at another time, but right now I want to go over the meat and potatoes, right? This is actually what's most important today, I would argue. Now, you do need to understand there are risks with this stock, and that's really important that if you're going to hold through right now with me, if you're going to hold through like I am right now, you need to understand the due diligence, you need to understand the company's tech, and you need to understand the risks with inflation coming in and the market possible headwinds coming in. That's very important as well. But the short interest, the short share availability, right? So we've got 450,000 shares available according to fintel.io. And of course, it's not it's not 100% guaranteed the data is correct, but it's what we're working with. Now, if you look at the time since last change here, you're just going to have to take my word on what I'm about to say, but you can fact check me if you want. You can watch the last live streams and look at when I look at the short interest data. Basically, the pattern is this. Shorts attack at the open. They push it down. They start covering throughout the end of the day, and we get a close something like that, right? We end the day higher than what we opened with, right? That is essentially the pattern, and you can see that yesterday perfectly, and you can see it at the start of the day, right? This is 10 hours ago. This is at the pre-market. This is the first data that we got today, right? If we look right here, It's 1 million shares. It's 1,100,000 shares right at the start of today. What happened throughout the day? The short share availability went down in the aggregate. Now, what does this mean? This means that more of these short shares must be lent out. They must be being lent out by the broker itself, meaning more shorts are taking up new positions. Not many shorts are covering. That's your ape language. And ape language on that, what does this actually mean though, Brandon? Like, I don't know what short interest means. I'm glad you asked, my friend, because essentially what it means is that not only is it likely that the short interest down here, the 20% of float, not only is this likely to be somewhat close to it, if not higher. Now, I would not be surprised if this is higher than it. The next publication date is going to be June 11th or 12th, according to the NASDAQ publication schedule. We're going to see soon what exactly it is, but not only is that likely to be pretty high, like it is right now, 20% of the float, but we're likely tomorrow to see some of these shorts covering. Why? Well, if the short, let's say tomorrow we were to go down and open, right? They're going to be in the profit, man. And guess what? The longer they hold this stuff, guess what? There's a short borrow fee rate, boys. It's not easy shorting. There's a lot of risk that you take with shorting. The longer these guys hold out, the more risky it is for them to continue to hold out. All right? It's simple. It's basic math. It's basic level thinking, right? It's as simple as it gets. Okay, these guys are going to cover. We don't know when though. And the question is, are they going to double down after they after they cover, are they going to just start again, right? Are they going to sell their actual shares they had to buy back, and then they're just going to start the cycle over again? I would argue you get the market going up tomorrow. You get the high growth doing a little bit, right? Giving Bionano a chance to outperform everything. Bionano will hit the $7.20 price target-ish that we have set based on the cup and handle. I think that is pretty likely to happen. Contingent on the NASDAQ. I know it's convenient. It's like, oh, Brandon, Bionano is going to go up when the markets are green. Wow, nice prediction. Well, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The markets are, it's a very uncertain time. There's inflation headwinds coming in, and I know some of you all disagree with me, but I think inflation, there is a risk that inflation has not peaked yet, right? The 10-year break-even inflation rate was rising today after many thought it had peaked. If inflation hasn't peaked yet, the high growth is going to get decimated again, most likely. And of course, the rubber band effect is going to be playing a role, which is one good thing, right? It's like, well, we've already been beaten down so much. Can we really go much further? Has this already been priced in? Those are good things. Those are good things that to know. But nonetheless, when inflation hits, companies get hit hard, especially high growth. So I want everybody to know the risks of holding right now. The company is going to do great things, right? Sapphire is better than all of the traditional methods in cytogenetics. The 2,500 labs are ours for the taking. I mean, self-proclaimed $3 to $3.5 billion total addressable market just based on those 2,500 cytogenetic labs. Come on. And the CEO already says it's way higher than that, right? You factor in non-invasive prenatal screening, you factor in nanonozzle, you're talking about every hospital in the world potentially using Bionano's products, or at least that's the goal, right? Global Sapphire adoption. You may notice and be aware of the disparity between the 10,000 share Sapphire installation plan by the company that we've seen and, every hospital in the world and every cytogenetic lab in the world, right? Global Sapphire adoption. Well, to that, I would just say plans can change. Plans can become more ambitious over time. I would say that. But anything can happen. It is a risk to hold. I know. I think we will moon. I'm very confident. I'm betting the channel that we will moon. I could be totally wrong, but I am betting everything that I have that I've done on this channel. A lot of my money. You can see my portfolio right now, which we will go over right now. I'm betting a lot of my money on that. I don't know when. I do have buying power. To be fair, guys, to be transparent, I have buying power right now. I have a lot of buying power. All right. Do I think we're going to go down? Maybe. I don't know. If we do, I'm ready to buy the dip. All right, I recommend everybody have some buying power just in case we do get rejected here and we go down for a retest of, whatever it is. I don't know if it's going to be 5, 55, right? 21-day SMA. That's the retracement. I don't know what it's going to be, but nonetheless, you guys know the risks. At this point, I'm done giving my spiel. This is not financial advice. Thank y'all so much, man. I will see y'all in the next one.